This is a tough loss for the Rockets. There's no sugarcoating this situation. Losing Van Fleet is not something you just brush to the side. And the reason why I say that because when you look at the Rockets roster, they're really good on defense. They're going to have a lot of opportunities to get extra possessions because of the front court they have in Capella, Adams, and Sangoon. Problem is the offense is going to need somebody to score besides Kevin Durant, and you don't know if MN Thompson's going to take that next leap yet. Who knows about that situation? I'm not saying he won't, but you're relying on Thompson to speed up that process. You're also hoping that Reed Shepard can come in and fill a void without Van Fleet. Here's the thing you're also missing about the situation: veteran leadership, championship experience. All those things matter. Look, I'm not saying Reed Shepard can't fill the void at all. I think he'll do a good job, but now you're asking more out of Reed Shepard. If I'm the Houston Rockets and I'm looking at the situation of Van Fleet, I am targeting a veteran point guard who has championship experience, who can fit the roster. You've got picks in 2030 and 2031 and 2032. Maybe you move off a few of them so you can add another veteran point guard. I know that sucks, but you have to look at if you're trying to go for a championship, the role players are going to matter. You're going to need some more offense out there because what teams can do is scheme around Sangoon and Kevin Durant. It's going to be a lot easier. We don't have another guy out there who can score, who can knock down the three, and who comes up clutch. Like Van Fleet was really good in that Warriors series after, I believe, game 3, if I'm not mistaken. He was fantastic. Struggling the first few games, but he really picked it up. And we don't have that weapon out there. It's tough, man. Like, it's not easy in the playoffs. And the reason why I bring up Reed Shepard is because I think it'd be great, but he's only 21 years old. And we've seen guys in the playoffs not handle the situation very well. Not because they're bad, because they've never been there before. So you have to expect some of your young guys to have some type of regression. Doesn't mean they're bad players. It's just part of the journey of being in the playoffs. You go through the experiences of being in that situation. So I think what the Rockets need to do is shore up the backcourt position with another veteran point guard. I don't have any names in mind. So Rockets fans, if you have any ideas, drop them in the comments section. If you have any trade ideas where the Rockets can add a veteran point guard. Look, I'm not down the Rockets. I'm not out on them right now. I still think they can make a deep playoff run even with this situation because I like the depth. I like the defense they have on this team. I just think they're going to suffer on offense, in my personal opinion. But they can make up for that with Reed Shepard maybe taking that leap. Or if Amen Thompson can knock down a jump shot, then he can help facilitate a good offense. But if Amen Thompson is still developing his jump shot and he's still a lead on defense, that's great. But the spacing is going to be very, very bad out there for Houston. Because again, you're going to have Adams and Capella and you have Sangoon crashing the glass and they're going to control the backboards. But who else can really shoot besides KD, Tari Eason, DFS, and you hope Jamar Smith Jr. can shoot the ball. But you were hoping that Van Fleet could fill that void as well. Now you're relying on a JD Davidson and a Reed Shepard. The Rockets need to make a move, in my opinion, because they got to make sure they maximize this championship window with Kevin Durant on the roster. Look, it's still a solid roster. They're still going to compete in the Western Conference. Hopefully, Van Fleet can recover from this. And there are reports that he might not miss the entire season. That is being reported as well. So he might come back, maybe March or April. And if he's in good basketball shape, then you have him for the playoffs, which is fine. The Rockets can still win 55 to 60 games, in my opinion. I do believe that. But again, they're going to also manage minutes like Steven Adams. They're going to manage his wear and tear so they have him healthy for the playoffs. They might load manage Kevin Durant so he's healthy enough for the playoffs. So the wins that they are hoping to get might come down a little bit. And you are hoping that if Van Fleet stayed healthy, he could carry some of that offense with Durant out if he takes a night off and so forth. So we shall see. This is a great opportunity for Reed Shepard, though, to get a bigger role. I think that's great news for him. I know he didn't play a lot last year, but I think that will bode well for his development. And then you have Amen Thompson forcing him to step up even more, right? I think these are also positives for those young guys. But I also want to be realistic. I don't want to sugarcoat the injury and act like, it's not a big deal. I mean, some guys said here that no shade towards Fred. He's a great player, but I actually think they'll be better without him. That's not true. You have to understand, intangibles matter in basketball, and championship experience does help a team out. And you have to have the complementary pieces around your best players. And they had the perfect roster, in my opinion. Maybe you need another shooter, but if a man does take that step, and he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, and he's able to shoot from the mid-range, the Rockets are going to be really good and unstoppable, in my opinion. I think they'll be that scary because they're going to have the front court Durant and Thompson being the duo that they can potentially be. That's going to be fun to watch. We shall see, but I'm excited for Reed Shepard and his development. I think he'll be good this year. I just hope he can handle the role. And if he can't, that's fine. He's still 21 years old. I mean, they have a nice blend of young guys and vets on this team. So if I'm Houston, I'm looking at a trade. I'm going to add another veteran point guard. That's what I'm considering here because I want this roster to get better. So I'm calling teams around the league of who they're trying to give up. Like, is there a veteran point guard out there who can help the Rockets get to the finish line? And if VanVleet does come back in March or April and you're able to sustain the winning that you're looking for this season, where you can be a top 2 seed in the Western Conference, because that's my ceiling for the Rockets. They could be the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. However, you got to also maintain a high win percentage, especially with OKC. OKC is going to win a ton of games. So if you're trying to keep pace with them, you got to have all your bodies available. And I think losing VanVleet could hurt the offense. That's why I'm concerned about this when it comes to that side. Defensively, I think they'll be fantastic. Like, they're going to be scary and they'll be really good in the backboards. So we shall see how this all plays out. But am I giving up on the Rockets? No. It's just a tough loss right now. And I hate to see this for them because I'm really excited for the Western Conference and the Houston Rockets. And I'm still expecting great things from the Rockets. And I still believe in Ime Udoka. I think he's a fantastic coach. And he'll have these guys ready for the regular season. He'll hold them accountable and not sugarcoat anything. He's the right coach. And I think Houston will be fine. Just think they should look at trades where they can add more veteran leadership at the point guard position just to help Reed Shepard develop and those young guys and not put all the pressure on them when you get closer to the playoffs, assuming VanVleet isn't healthy enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today, my reaction to the news of VanVleet. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. What are your thoughts about this news of Fred? Is it going to hurt the Rockets offense? And what should they do about a trade? I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.